to writing class. Hello, excellent mind. Welcome to yet another exciting class. I am your favorite teacher, Mrs. Ojomo, and I'm glad to have you here again. In today's class, we will be learning about a very interesting topic, formal letter. So, go get your pen and paper and let's begin. We're going to be having a table of contents. Under it, we have meaning of formal letter, the types of formal letter, the various formats of writing a formal letter, and so on. So, formal letters are naturally much more formal in style than informal and friendly letters. A formal letter is one written in an orderly and conventional language and follows a specific stipulated format. These letters are written for official purposes only, such as writing a letter to the manager, to the human resource manager, to an employee, to the principal of a college or school, to a teacher, and so on. Types of formal letter. A business letter is a formal letter. So, business letters should be terse, clear, and to the point. There is no room for any kind of stories in business letters. Before you start to write a business letter, there are some few things you should keep in mind, such as use simple, everyday language to convey the message clearly, instead of using flamboyant and over-emphatic vocabulary. Never use jargons that is commonly used in business when you write a business letter. Avoid using abbreviations such as possible. Letter of application is also a formal letter. Letters of application usually consist of letters applying for employment. Before and after you write a letter of application, make sure you check for the following. Always start with a short introduction stating whether the applicant is writing in response to a reference from an advertisement found online or in a newspaper. State the age, education, and experience of the applicant. You also provide the employer with a genuine expression of the applicant's earnestness in taking up the job, irrespective company. The format of writing a formal letter should include the sender's address, the date, the receiver's address, subject, salutation, the body of the letter, the complement, closing, and finally the signature with your name in block and destination. You see, when writing a formal letter, after you have imputed your various formats, and when you get to the signature for concluding, you are expected to write your name in between your signature, or you write your name after your signature. That means you end your letter by saying yours faithfully, your signature you sign using a handwritten signature, and your name in block. So there are also differences between a formal letter and an informal letter. Are you aware that we do not write a formal letter the way an informal letter is written? Formal letters are actually written in a specific format, but in an informal letter, you can write in a very creative format. Also, formal letters are used for official purposes, while informal letters are non-official event purposes. A formal letter also has salutation like "Dear Sir," but an informal letter do not have a salutation. You just continue and you're off. If you see on your screen, you have some uses phase or some use phase in writing a formal letter. You get to the greetings and you write "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam." The next step is the reason why you are writing this particular letter. For instance, I am writing with regards to our advertisements. Then you come to the end of the letter. That means after you have written your greetings, the reason, the conclusion, then I look forward to receiving your reply. Which now brings us to, in case you want to write a formal letter for a request, you also write the reasons and request as well. So that brings us to the layout for a formal letter. The formal letter actually carries two addresses. That means the sender's address at the top right corner and the recipient's address at the left corner. Following the dates, then while you are writing the name of the person, the unknown name, like dear sir. If the name is unknown, you use dear sir or dear ma. Then you begin. It may be appropriate to start with what? A reference line. You could have a reference or you could have something else. There are other ways. You sum up your main points and state that you look forward to a person's response or inquiry or compliment, and at the same time thank you in advance for taking time to respond to my letter. Then in conclusion you write yours faithfully if greeting is to dear sir or dear ma, or yours sincerely if you actually wrote the person's name. Then we have a structure for formal letter. We actually do not write a formal letter informally. In order to be able to write a formal letter, you have to first understand the reason behind the letter. As far as the formal letter are concerned, the structure of a letter changes depending on the type of letter. There are certain rules to be followed to be able to draft a formal letter. Every sentence should be well thought out and laid down in such a way that the message you want to convey should be precise and clear to the reader. If you look very well on your screen, you see an example of a written formal letter. It carries the address, the recipient, the greeting, the title of the message, actually an application for what? A transcript, and the end of the letter. And I know very much that you have actually enjoyed our class. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next class. But don't forget to attempt your quiz and your assignments. But until then, you are loved. Bye for now.